Hello, welcome to my channel. Today on Fans of Color, I'm going to be talking about the Woman King, and we're going to be talking about specifically the boycott the Woman King hashtag that was trending on Twitter. And disclaimer, I'm not on Twitter. I'm just talking about what was brought up to me on Fandoms Hate People of Color, my side blog. And okay, so the first one was really straightforward. It says, boycott the Woman King was trending on Twitter regarding the Woman King, and is there a reason why it's trending? And basically, I said, to be honest, I just got home and I'm not on Twitter, but I'm buying my tickets now for Monday night. I suggest that instead of looking for the cause of the hashtag, instead you make plans to see it with friends. And then, I welcome accurate accounts of the drama, but we already know why they're boycotting. It's misogynoir. So that's what I said. But as time went on, there was this other anon that I got. We boycott the Woman King. It's some people with legitimate criticisms about using the Dahomey tribe who sold other people from the continent into the transatlantic slave trade, then other people trying to use that to get people to stop watching. In my opinion, the best way to go into the movie is being critical and aware, then researching the setting after to learn more, but still go and watch it. And I said, I like your approach a lot. I love Viola Davis, but ignoring that the Dahomey tribe was like that is not the answer. So I was just, gathering facts. And then we got another anon that said, according to the research I did, people are claiming that it's because the film depicts the Dahomey kingdom, and they're supposedly upset that the trailers didn't make it clearer that they participated in the slave trade. And then I said, I think these are valid concerns. Let's reserve the supposedly for the white people. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what I meant there. I think these are valid concerns. Let's reserve the supposedly okay for the white people using this boycott for racist purposes. There's a responsibility on all of us who post about the movie to add disclaimers to our posts that we realize that Dahomey is much like the Israelis of the modern era who oppress and are committing genocide of the Palestinians for the past 60 years. Okay, so granted, I had a migraine that day, so I assume that's why it doesn't make sense. But I think what I was trying to say was that um, we can acknowledge that the Dahomey were oppressors and still oppressed. You know? Okay, next one. People using the boycott the Woman King hashtag are doing so dishonestly and spreading misinformation about the movie on purpose. The movie doesn't gloss over the Dahomey's slave trading and erase it. The people who are claiming they did haven't actually seen the movie. For the people who have, they acknowledge it's touched upon and not ignored. If you actually look at the post within the hashtag, it's a lot of this is woke garbage, and they're trying to make white people look bad. I'm not saying they aren't historical inaccuracies, but the way people are reacting and critiquing the movie is so obvious because of the predominantly black and female cast. The main issue they supposedly have with the movie is an inauthentic one. And then I said, I hope you don't mind, Nani, but I'm going to put another ask in here that demonstrates how easily people can be misled. And then it's another ask that was in the inbox, but I posted it here. I'm a little lost about the discourse surrounding the Woman King because there's so many people saying it glorifies and ignores them being slave traders, but people who have seen it disagree with the idea. I guess the movie acknowledges it, but it doesn't do enough to condemn it. Either way, I know people wouldn't be having as much of an issue if the cast was primarily white, because I have seen plenty of people defending white savior inaccurate period pieces. So what I'm basically getting from my anons is to see the movie, but use the movie to talk about how the Dahomey participated in the slave trade and do further research. Okay, so this I'm not gonna put the whole video on this because it'll take forever, but this is a really good TikTok, and I'm gonna put the link to all these posts that I'm reading on the description, But this was by Bert R. Hood. Bert Hood? I guess. I'm sorry if I miss. Okay, so this is a really great one. Um, this is probably going to be the last one that I'm going to read. A lot of the outrage towards the Woman King started before the movie was even released, so I have a hard time believing that the people who are mad about it have genuine concerns. They seem to be mad that a movie existed about the Dahomey in any capacity existed, regardless of whether they touched on the slave trading aspect or not, and just use this as an excuse to continue attacking it. The movie does not shy away from the fact that they profited from slavery, but I think people are claiming they ignored it because the movie itself takes place during the period where they stopped participating. And I said, thank you for this. Like, I definitely think it's not my place to engage in a conversation about whether it should have been made at all. But, like, to me, I love Viola Davis and I want to support a black woman led film. The thing, though, is that one of my white friends reached out to me about The Woman King after seeing one of these posts. And I was like, well, I guess I can't watch The Woman King now. I told her that is not the takeaway. I just worry that this movie is going to flop and we're not going to ever get another film like this about people of color fighting colonizers, you know? Anyways, please read through the last few days of posts on this blog and please consider the fact that Dahomey weren't responsible for chattel slavery as we know it. They were familiar with indentured servitude and didn't understand the magnitude of their actions. Anyways, I'm going to look for more research on this boycott and I'm going to see it today hopefully and do a review on my channel, blog Fans of Color, that I'll try to get out this week. So that brings us up to now. Okay. This is probably gonna be one of the last ones that I read. But I really enjoyed I really have to point out this one. This was and emphasize it. I can't ignore, Anonymous said, I can't ignore how a lot of the discourse surrounding the Woman King is trying to push the idea that actually Africans were responsible for the slave trade. I've seen a lot of this sentiment going around lately, and it's because it seems like the Woman King was just easy to hijack because it's getting so much attention. A majority of the people making these points don't actually care about whether or not the story was factual. And then I said, so I actually saw The Woman King last night and I loved it. But like honestly, the discourse made it seem like there was zero acknowledgement from the movie that the Dahomey participating in the slave trade and that it was bad. Like those are main points addressed in the movie. But yeah, you're totally right. Trying to shift the blame to Africans when it was white Europeans, Americans who meant to chattel slavery is so messed up. So I wanted to read those and upload it on Fans of Color instead of my personal blog. My personal channel, mainly because I welcome discussion about it. I want to see. I think this is more of a blank slate, but I don't want to present myself as a authority. I'm not black, right? Obviously, I'm very light skinned, but I have a forum that I'm trying to use to talk about more issues. And that's Phantoms Hate People of Color. I've got like 9,000 followers there. And I do have some co-mods, but they've all gone silent lately. And so it's basically me. And I do want to say that basically I thought it was a great film. There's also going to be some other posts that I'm going to talk about later on, but I'm not going to do a review for it for my blog for my vlog, because I think that the most important part is that we try to fight the misinformation that's out there, because I feel like a lot of it is inauthentic and disingenuous. And yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I'd give it a 5 out of 5, or maybe a 4.5 out of 5. Only because they didn't wrap it up, and I feel like they're kind of making room for a sequel, and I'm like, that's fine and all, but if it doesn't perform well, we're not gonna get a sequel. And they could have done a sequel either way if they had kind of wrapped it up, because I would have but I mean, I kind of I would love to have a Black woman led franchise. And it's like, it's just a great, in the words of Sleepy Negress, it's a great sword and sandals movie, you know? Um, and like, yes, give me more movies of that. Like, but I feel like it's gonna get ignored for award season, and I feel like if it becomes a franchise, it's going to get not it's not going to be taken as seriously, I guess. You know what I mean? Although they could possibly, I would like to see other movies take on the issue of like, because I mean, there's very few movies that take on the issue of the slave trade, and and like, this is the first time that I've seen, um besides, like Roots, that take on the fact that it was some West African tribes that were like, taking prisoners in war and then selling them to the Europeans. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I kind of don't want to focus on it too much. I kind of don't think it's the right venue to make a franchise on, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot more hijacking of the movies and stuff, and saying, "Oh, well, it's actually Africans' fault that the slave trade existed." And it's like, no, no, it's not, because, like, I mean, we have references to slavery in the Bible, and the way they reference slavery is how the Dahomey referenced it, slavery, and were and it was basically what we know as indentured servitude, because they the prisoners had rights. Slavery was not hereditary; it could not be passed on. It was just for a few terms of like years of service. Chattel slavery is much more brutal. It's hereditary. It's something that was uniquely invented by Europeans. So I feel like, you know, we're going to see more discourse about this if they possibly get a sequel or not. But yeah, like, tell me what you think. I hope you saw the movie. Please go see the movie if you haven't, and form your own opinions. Use this as a jumping off point to educate yourself more about chattel slavery, and the role of the Europeans in making race an actual, like, factor in slavery, whereas before it wasn't. Yeah, oh my god, this video is getting long. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.